Bailey logo. Modern masterpiece, architectural viz. Welcome everybody to another segment of Law of Attraction ASMR. Today I'm going to be talking about Academy of Art University, and specifically, many people want to know, why is it good? Why is it so expensive? And what, how about another honest opinion? I've already given, a rant about what I thought about it, and people were complaining about it, but this video is going to be explaining the joy that I have of being a continuing student and why I recommend it, and really where is Academy of Art's selling points. More specifically about this particular podcast today, I'm going to be talking about the importance of competition in the classroom, whether it be high school, whether it be college, grad school. Competition is very important, and I would suggest to you to make it a mantra to welcome competition in the classroom. For those of you who are new to this podcast, well, welcome, because I just started it, and the reason why I started it is because I really wanted to give back to the ASMR community for providing lots of relaxing videos to fall asleep to, lots of sounds of waterfalls and people telling stories, and there's a really big community, and I'm a very big community kind of person. And if you're listening to this podcast, this video, you probably are too. And if you're listening to this, you probably know something about the law of attraction. You probably, know a little bit about feng shui. Well, I want to give you guys my opinions and my thoughts and how it relates to college students, entrepreneurs, and all that good stuff. So let's dive right in with what's on screen. So what's on screen is a speed model of a project that I worked on for the last week of my design studio 2 at Academy of Art. Now, like I mentioned, I'm an architectural student, and this is my third semester at Academy of Art. Very thankful. I highly recommend it. Even after all of the BS that goes on at the school, and that's just to say all schools have BS, high schools have BS, colleges, the workplace has BS. I mean, that's just to say, hey, it's life. You got to basically deal with it. But this project on screen, I found a lot of passion behind it. And regarding competition, I just knew what I wanted to do. When the professor told me that we had to design a art studio and we had to actually build it, I was thinking, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Week number 2, and we're already having to build physical models. In week 3, we're going to be building more models. And I mean, it was really exciting to hear that. But when I heard about building models and when I was thinking about the students in my class, competition came across my mind, and I'm thinking to myself, how can I stand out? I need to stand out. I need to be valuable, and I need to believe in my own ability to be who I want to be. And I have to realize that with competition comes, hey, you are who you are, and nobody can do you like you do you. Literally, take that how you want it. So here I am modeling, and this is, I'm spending 2 hours total in this particular video. This video is going to be the entire span of my modeling this project, and I'm also going to be showing you renderings of images that are compilations or collages of this work as I'm talking about competition. But so I can get to the point for you guys here, Academy of Art University is a phenomenal university. All of the professors are truly masters of their craft. They all work in their industries. They didn't just go to school, get a master's, and just start teaching right away having no experience. Funny short story. I was on campus and two professors had issues with licensing as an architect, and therefore they cannot call themselves real architects because they do not own, nor can they own their own practice, meaning they can't have their own firm. They have to work for someone else's firm. And that's totally fine, guys and girls. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not trying to bash on these two professors. However, I was asking them questions about what do they recommend for patenting work and copywriting my work as a student who really believes in his ability to solve real world problems, and a student who really has had a dream since he was 4 years old. Box, triangle, rectangle, rhombus on the floor of his auntie's house between the living room and the kitchen dining room area. This is my life, you guys, every single day. And these professors laughed in my face. They didn't actually burst out laughing, but they kind of chuckled to themselves as if, listen to this guy, he's dressing all nice and he's got this bow tie and he's wearing these nice dress shoes and he talks a good game about portfolios and about copyrights, but there's no way that a freshman could possibly be that good. And I laugh to myself and I say, oh gosh, these guys have no idea. They have no idea about Modern Masterpiece. I've been Modern Masterpiece before I even knew how to spell Modern Masterpiece, and that's the realest I could ever put it, guys and girls. So, yes, I still believe in Academy of Art. The tuition is about $23,000 per year, I believe. Don't quote me on that. That's just kind of what I think it is. I currently get a Pell Grant, and guess what? Class is expensive. Materials are expensive. You are expected to be a professional student. You are expected to be the master of your own craft. And therefore, if you go to Academy of Art, you have better be drawing in your sketchbook. You have better know about gouache or gouache or however you want to pronounce it. You better know about oil acrylics. You better know about charcoals and pastel sticks. And you better, you know, at least love the idea of art and love the idea of doing what you want to do every day. I mean, this is the same reason why I came up with AMA, my nonprofit, Aspiring Masters of Art. I want young professionals, young entrepreneurs to truly become a master of their craft by doing every day what they dream to do every day. I want to give them those opportunities now so they can know what it's like to be stressed when you have a client who's paying you money and they have a business to run and you are holding their business up, or you are making their business better, and therefore your business now has credibility even as an intern or as a freelancer. So this podcast is going to go on for about another 5 minutes or so, and in that 5 minutes I want to make sure I get around to more about competition. I want to give you guys some mantras to think about, some affirmative thoughts. um, what I have right now on my neck, maybe I can take some photos of this or upload some photos of me with this on, but this is my prosperity necklace. And it's made up of 100 feet of a 300-pound cord that I could use to climb with, that I can use to build things with in the middle of nowhere. It sometimes has what's called a Fox 40 survival whistle. Currently, it's having a grain of rice that says it says MCM Phil Bailey on it as my company name. That was the original company name, MCM Phil Bailey. It stood for Modern and Classical Masterpieces by Phil Bailey. That means that my firm, my design firm, and my practice, when I have a practice, this is my affirmation here. We are going to do everything from classical to the modern and everything in between. Your own modern masterpiece. That's one of the mantras of my company. I recommend to you, students out there, art lovers, business owners, entrepreneurs, I recommend you guys have mantras. Have mantras that represent your business, because the reality is these mantras help drive me, they help motivate me. Now, if you would just take some time to look on screen and, well, you may be already looking on screen, but I want to just share with you some of the work that I have done. This particular piece is kind of a full-on 3D comp of this hillside earthwork, and this is truly my best work. I am truly allowed to be a master of my own craft, being a student of Academy of Art. The thing I was going to mention to you guys was, when you go to Academy of Art and you're in that design studio, think of it as they are going to allow you to not procrastinate about your life. They're going to give you an assignment, and that assignment may be one that you love, it may be one that you hate, but it is an assignment. And if you don't do that assignment, guess what, guys and girls? You are going to be procrastinating your life. Why would you spend this $23,000 on tuition and not do the work? I've literally seen many students who say, hey, it's my first week in school, I'm already procrastinating doing my work. Well, you should probably choose a different school, buddy, because you're not going to make it. You're going to fail. You're going to get horrible critiques. You should utilize what the school is offering, which is true critics, true masters of their own industry. This podcast is going to come to a close, guys. I just wanted to give you guys and girls an inside look at what I go through as a student of Academy of Art, and I'm going to close this off with a huge slideshow of just some of my work. Um, but yeah, like I'm literally looking at this work that I've done, and I was thinking to myself today, and I was telling my good friend Leilani, I said, hey, we were having a brainstorm session. I said, my architectural work, these different diagrams and these different models, the way that I photograph them, the way that I love them, the way that I display them, I could see this in a gallery. Why not? Someday somebody's going to say, oh man, I went to this gallery today, downtown Seattle, downtown Portland, Oregon, and I seen a one of a kind original um, art piece of the Earthwork Hillside Loft by Phil Bailey. It's a combination of painting and 3D models and physical models and basswood and bamboo, and it's completely sustainable. And somebody built it, and they bought it they bought the plan for like $500,000 because it was just so good they could not pass it up. And so he sold it. And now that he sold this work, I am now the owner of this piece. And it can sit in my house, and it can inspire me that, wow, this guy had a dream, and this dream was a reality. And so, you out there listening to this podcast, everything that you dream about will become, especially when you start believing in yourself. Now, I think the moral of this whole entire podcast is welcome competition. I didn't really get to mention as much as I wanted to, but I had a student in my class recently. This was like hours ago. She posted her assignment for the week already, and the week just begun. So, being the kind of student that I am, I went on to her post. I said, very good job, Sarah. Always beautiful, as she always does. Very beautiful presentations. You have to give thanks. You have to be you have to give gratitude, feel gratitude. You have to give to receive. Those are complementary sides in the Bagua map of feng shui. They are opposing each other. You cannot be prosperous unless you give. This is why I created the community for Academy of Art AAU. Search it on Facebook, search it on Google Plus. We welcome all Academy of Art students. AAU is all about collaboration. It's all about bringing forth positive spirits, positive energy. and providing a community that maybe the academy doesn't have as much of. Maybe they do have one like this, but we want to do it our way. Um, let's see what else. What else can I show you guys real quick? There's just so many things that I have learned in these last 3 semesters. I mean, would you guys believe that work like this is my third semester? Now, keep in mind, I don't have any at all previous architectural experience professionally. I have 10 years of freelance AutoCAD experience. I've made not $1 off of my own AutoCAD work. It's been all for portfolio development. It's been all for because I have a dream and because I dream every day. I was talking to one of my massage therapists today, and I was showing her this work. She just got back to the house, and I was telling her about my day, and she's like, "Did you actually imagine this? Like, do you actually see this in your mind?" And that's like, yes. Oh yeah, I see it in my mind, and you can see it now. Like, this is how real it is. Funny thing, there's a video on YouTube. I'm gonna try to link to it in this video. But the guy's like, uh, he's like, I walked, I, uh, I gave a presentation. I walked this guy around this imaginary house in my mind, and it was so real, it was almost real. Is that possible? And then he was like, now I walked him through the kitchen, and my friend bumped his elbow on the countertop. Is that possible? And I'm listening to this video and I'm like, it sounds corny, but it's like, no, but it's real. It's so real, you guys and girls. I'm telling you, like, you guys and girls can do everything that you want to do. So you are the creator of your destiny. And as they say, um, you are the Michelangelo of your life. Um, wow. I mean, you can hear it in my voice right now. Like, I'm just smiling ear to ear because I'm just reflecting upon the prosperity that I have in my life. And I think this is why the world is so cold. People oftentimes want to get away. And you know what? I just realized this podcast is going to be longer than 13 minutes because you know what? I have a lot to say on my heart. And I hope that you can listen to this as you're going to sleep or as you're going on a drive to work or walking along the park or, at the beach listening to my podcast. Wherever you are enjoying this, I just want you to know from the bottom of my heart, um, you just have to create. You just have to believe. I lost that training thought there for a second, but as I was saying, like, I feed off of myself. I don't need anybody else to tell me how good my work is. Doesn't matter. It's your work. You do it. You love it. You be passionate about it. You be obsessed with it. You be your own cheerleader. You be your own trendsetter. And let people polarize. People are going to polarize your work. They're going to love it, hate it, or they're not going to have any effect. It's not going to have any effect on them whatsoever. And that's totally fine. Um, let's see what else I can find here. Here's a floor plan of the project. It has a combination of sketch on the grid and the actual grid as it came into 3D. Uh, what else can I say about Academy of Art? I'm kind of jumping around here, but that tends to happen. Um, but what I want to do is I want to get back to the point that I was trying to make about the world being cold and about basically just doing it, doing what you got to do. Now, I have a feng shui journal. I have a notebook that I draw with, and I'm going to share some pictures here so you can see what I actually draw with. I have many different sizes. Lots of them are very small. I have lots of different pencils and lead holders, sharpeners, and all that kind of stuff. Here in my hands, I have rocks. I have rocks, and I have seashells that I picked out of the ocean of the South China Sea and the Philippine Sea. And all these things are representations of my prosperity. And I think that most people in today's world, they get so caught up with wanting to get A's in school. Stop worrying about getting an A in school. Interns, internships, your employers are not going to care about whether you get an A, B, or a C. They don't. All they care about is they don't even care if you passed the class, for crying out loud. They don't care what classes you didn't pass. They want to know about your transcript. They want to know about your GPA, possibly. They want to know about your skills and about your personality and about what value do you bring to the company or to this business. Think about this. What value do you bring to yourself? So, as I end this podcast here, I want you guys to go away with, ladies and gentlemen, and think about your sketchbook. Do you have a sketchbook? What do you draw on your sketchbook? Is it just drawings? Maybe you should write down some words. Maybe you should write down some mantras. Write down words of passion. I'll tell you what I have written inside of the first page of my feng shui journal. I have the words urban design, sustainability, green building, 2017, the graduation year of my Bachelor of Architecture at Academy of Art University. That's my expected date. That's the date that I pray that I can keep myself on track to follow. It's not a set concrete date, but guess what? It's a goal. And it's something that represents passion and drive. I have a goal of 2017. I have a goal of tomorrow. Um, I have the words and architectural engineering. I have this cluster of words that says the chase of destiny with a very sketch-like typography. I have the words aspiring masters of art, inspire our youth, 1141, which is Greek for AMA, aspiring masters of art. I hope you all out there are aspiring masters of art. And I hope that you out there listening will help support the AMA Foundation. And I'm working on creating a Kickstarter or Indiegogo project. And just for now, please continue to subscribe and follow me. Just you subscribing or you liking this video or you commenting on this video is more than enough. And that doesn't cost you anything other than a few minutes of your time. Think about anyone in your life that you know that's a young aspiring master of art. Think about when you were a child and you had a dream, and think about today when you still continue to pursue that dream. That is a powerful thing that no one in this world can take away from you, me, or anybody else. Dreams are real. 2030, that's another date I have in my book. 2030 is an architectural date of a net zero. They want to have really clean buildings, and they want to have all these buildings that basically produce more energy than they consume. That's what net zero is. I have the words family. I have the words put the community first, all on the first opening pages of my feng shui journal. And I recommend you guys, and ladies and gentlemen, to just continue to work. Continue to, you know what? Don't even stress yourself with, should I go to Academy of Art, or should I go to Yale? Should I go to Harvard? Should I go to USC, Berkeley, um, SCAD, that Rhode Island School of Design or whatever? Don't worry about yourself with that. Just worry about doing the best you can, standing out in your own program, becoming your own trendsetter, and you are going to be just fine. I know that for a fact because it doesn't matter whether I was at Portland Community College or Portland State University or Academy of Art, Cal Poly, Cuesta. I'm going to be Modern Masterpiece every single day, and I say that very confidently. I am Modern Masterpiece every single day. I thank you guys for watching and listening to my podcast, Law of Attraction, ASMR. My name is Phil Bailey, founder of Modern Masterpiece and AMA, Aspiring Masters of Art Foundation. I thank you guys for watching and supporting. Have a blessed weekend.